Hey, we back. We back. Hey, yo. It's the high definition Jamz show. Go ahead, Scallywag as your host. And it's cold. Hey, Ray, what's up? You better let him know. What's up, y'all? What's up? Now, look. It's Wednesday. We in the middle of the week. That means we have made it through half of this grueling week. And we all know what week this is. This is the week that everybody has literally been biting their fingernails.
Oh, God.
Man been on the edge of their seat.
Oh, God.
So it's just like, man, it's been something. But, today we doing a little open-ended little discussion for 30 minutes, because we didn't have any guests tonight. It's all good. Show must go on. So I got my man Dodger here. And we're just going to ask a few little interesting questions. We're going to talk about and discuss it, basically, for the next 30 minutes. But, y'all, the first topic is this daggone election, man. I tell you, I feel like me being, like, this is low-key, being my first year actually paying attention. I feel like this has been, I haven't even felt no anxiety because at the end of the day, I was like, bruh, I am focused on me and what I got to do. Whatever is happening is what's going to happen. It's like at this point, we can't really do too much. As long as you did your part as a good citizen and voted and didn't vote for a cheese puff.
We can't tell them that.
Look, I don't care. I didn't want to vote, okay? I wanted to choose the independent option because for real, I didn't want to vote. Because this whole thing has just been so, like, it's been so stressful, but more so stressful on other people because it's been running people, like, I feel like this election has been running people up the wall, like stress, fear. It's just been everything.
Yeah.
Like,
it's true. It's like people are stuck in between picking the best of the worst. That's what it is, basically.
But everybody has a pro and con. So it's kind of like, we've seen who has the more cons, but it's just like,
right.
Nobody's going to be perfect. No matter who you choose, everybody's still going to have something with them. We just don't know what until they get in office.
And I think that people should relate that sometimes with life.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's pros and cons. At the end of the day, to move forward, you got to pick one.
Yeah. And you just find it in your heart to pick the one that makes the most common sense for all of our sakes. I don't know. The thing is, like, as much people don't really want the Cheeto Puff, and yes, all shade, want him in office. It's just like me on looking outside in. It's kind of like, yeah, but it's like at this point, what's the more peaceful approach? It even though it's still like we gotta think about our lives with still the virus running rampant and stuff, but it's like. People say, oh, I said that too, but it's like at the end of the day, whatever response happens, whatever who's in there is going to happen regardless. And it's not going to be a peaceful one regardless, in my opinion.
I said that. Mm-hmm. I said the same thing.
It don't matter who wins. It's not going to be peaceful because it's either if Trump loses, the white militia is going to be out. If Biden loses, it's going to be...
We outside.
Front and center. Like, literally.
Outside.
It's going to be a repeat of March, but probably even worse, So... It's just like I have literally never, as long as I lived through the other presidents we've had, I literally have never witnessed this before. And I guess my first question is why do you think that this particular election is the most like heaviest one and it has like this type of fear factor to it? Like why this particular one?
I think it's because of all the events that took place throughout the course of him being there.
Yeah, definitely.
Besides just talking about the police brutality, the injustices in the black community, we could take it further back to how some foreigners feel. Even our next door neighbors, where they were held in similar to concentration camps.
Yeah.
So it's a buildup of it, and it's like, if we give them another 4, what the hell can we expect next? You know what I mean? So I think people are fearing for humanity.
Honestly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why they rather just get him out of the office.
Because it's like he doesn't care about nobody's well-being. If you see his rallies, it's just like and people ignore it, and I feel bad for some African Americans who voted. I feel bad for people who really are not paying attention. It's just like, bruh, he don't even care if you wear a mask or not at his rallies, and it's just like, Why would you vote for somebody that doesn't even care about people's livelihoods right now? Like, it's like, oh well, he what? He what? He what? He literally let us just sit here. He literally low key not really sat back and watched. He kind of sat back and watched people die by the thousands, and it's just like, man.
He endorsed the police, especially when it was at the height. You know what I mean? It was at the height. He sat there and he went to a convention with the NYPD.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the phrase came out. They start the looting.
Start shooting. And it's just like no president. Because like even Obama was saying, like when you're a president, you gotta be humble, you gotta be charismatic, yes, but you have to also be the proper leader to lead people. It's not just leading people in the right direction. It's also letting them know that they're okay to be safe with you in office.
That's a fact.
Because if he stays, no one's gonna feel safe.
It's true.
Because even people, our skin tone, color people, it's not just African American. It's anybody who has a melanin in your skin tone. Hispanic, Native American, Ethiopian, Black, it don't Pacific.
Asian,
if you Asian, if you have some type of drop of yellow or brown in you, it's just like, wow, like this man literally endorsed hate. This man literally endorsed.
That's a fact.
Black people just getting sifted by the number. He literally endorsed putting people's health in danger. And it's like, it makes me think, why, with all that being said, especially him supposed to be being a leader, why in the world would you want to see that back? Because it'll only get worse and worse. It's like, no matter what the response is after the fact, it's a matter of just being smart, man. Like,
I think a lot of the people who are opposed to it or are with him still are more so for a financial gain. And
that's the part that sucks. Money shouldn't be before anyone's well-being.
Right.
Like, it's horrible.
And I've had the chance to vote probably 3 times, right? So in the second time, I remember it being more of they wanted somebody to. The whole thing about this country is just get back on an economical pace.
Yeah.
Right? Get back the way they need to be. So they didn't want a politician to run anymore. They wanted a businessman. So,
which in a way makes sense, but why? His businesses aren't even doing. He's in bankruptcy, so you would take somebody who literally is bankrupt and put him in the office because he's a businessman. That don't mean nothing. Sure, he's a businessman, but it's just like if you want to choose a businessman and you have to check out his businesses in order for him. He drove this economy into a hole.
Facts.
Business people who know, because finances is the biggest thing as a business person. That's the biggest key. He drove, just like how he went bankrupt, he literally put America
in a deeper hole. Yeah. So the thing is, we paid attention to the facade, and that's the thing. Media is a killer, right? They say that media is also a part of the government.
Corporate.
You know what I mean? So what we seen him doing, The Apprentice, Trump Towers, you know what I mean? Like all this that we got broadcasted on him being in movies and certain situations, we like, okay, dog got money. Not to mention us. I've heard it. Hip hop has glorified him over the years. You know what I mean? Like it's songs with his name in it. It's songs named after him. So I feel like some of the blame is on us too. Some of the blame is on us, but we have a chance to change it. We got to see if that's gonna happen now. You know.
Yeah, and it's just like everybody's been on edge. Me, I've been chilling. Why? Because it's just like, bruh, what you gonna do? Like, what are you going to do? It's not much we can do. It's out of our hands.
Best way to put it, out of our hands.
If you did your part and you did your part, that's cool. I know some people didn't want to vote, and I totally understand because sometimes people don't even want to have the choice because it's just like, bruh, it's.
I think some people don't know either. They don't know too much.
Yeah, and if you don't know too much, you don't want to try to just guess because if you don't know, you don't know. Rather just stay out of it.
And I see a lot of people saying, I remember Chance the Rapper had something on that too to say, vote for who your mother or father will vote for.
Yeah.
Well, moms and pops might not make the best decisions all the time.
And
you know what I mean?
Plus, they got their generational stuff, so it's kind of different.
It affect a different way. You know what I'm saying? We in a different generation. We got to look for what's going to affect us and our children.
Our children. Yep.
Boom. So.
And I'm not going to lie. I am not going to have my children because I know it will go into 2024. And by then I might have a child by then. You never know. But it's just like I am not. And I wouldn't want to see my children because I know what skin tone they're going to become. They're going to come out. Right. I would not want them. And I wouldn't even personally feel safe in having them being born in a country where you got somebody who literally doesn't care.
It's a fact.
And it's only his self-gain. Like somebody said, it's only about him and his friends and his family. That's it. You can't have a president who's a leader to think about him and his family and his friends. No, you got to think about everybody. And this man has not. He literally was okay with having people shot up.
That's a fact.
For looting.
That's a fact.
No, they supposed to be, what they're supposed to do, Steph, you get arrested. That's law. That's what you're supposed to get, not shot up. And even still, they even said that he was, on the news, he had basically, it was some type of act where the president actually is not even allowed to call militia on protesters because they're not, you know, this is not a war. This is not like an enemy like how you got Afghanistan and all that. That's different. That's an actual enemy. Right. Protesters are civilians who are speaking their mind, which is freedom of speech, which is something that has already been in the amendment since 1776. It's just like that's an act broken, and you want a president that's cool
gonna
with
keep breaking that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that a lot of people are having a problem with. Him using his executive order way too much
and to do whatever
you know,
he wants.
And for stuff that is unnecessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're using your executive order on homeland situations that military doesn't even have to be involved with. You know what I mean?
And that's the military, when it comes to civilians, supposed to protect their civilians, and not supposed to shoot their civilians.
Exactly.
Like I remember there was a story about a young girl. She was there protesting, and the police had pepper sprayed the entire crowd, and she died because she had an asthma attack.
Right. Right.
Because they breathed it in, and I was like, see, that's sad. The thing. That's somebody's child. And did he mention about saying sorry to anybody who lost their lives? And I'm like, no, because he didn't care. And it's like, these are people's children, these people's parents. And I kind of felt bad seeing people bringing out their little ones, and it's just like, bruh, this not. I get it. It's part of history, but this is not.
Not the time.
Not the time. And it definitely wasn't a place to have someone under the age of at least 10. There. Like, I saw little ones. I know this little girl from New York. She was doing her thing, you know, the cute little girl. I forgot her name, but she's 7 years old. But at the same time, no, bruh. Yeah. Like, there was a situation where a young man had his daughter. She's like 3 years old, and they pointed a gun at both of them.
They don't care out here. They don't care.
And it's just like seeing that's by the president. It's cool with a child.
He's backed up. Yeah, he backs up actions like that.
And it's like, no, we can't have a fascist or we can't have stuff like that. Not in America, because America was not built on what other countries like South Korea and all. We're not built on things like that. That is not what we were built. Like, so it's seeing like stuff like that. It's just like in the scene, knowing that African Americans voted for that. It's like now you're endorsing the fact that it is okay that your own people are being put in danger right now.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I see a lot of people with explanations as to why they do it, and it's more so of a personal gain for them, where they have reasons why they want.
And what were some of them? Because I didn't know.
So they want something economically for this. So it's more so like, okay, they focus on their money now, the taxes and everything being okay. Well, he's relieving the taxes and this, that, and the third. Well, okay, I understand, but the taxes raised on the other side are to help out for the future.
Yeah, but people don't realize that he even cut that part out of Biden, because my dad told me, he said he put Biden just saying that he's going to raise the taxes, but Biden actually talking about on the people who are rich.
Exactly.
He wasn't saying on people who are middle class or lower. Exactly. He said on the rich, because if you have the money, oh no, you deserve higher taxes, because it shouldn't break your pockets. You have all the money. It's not fair for anybody middle class, low class to be paying taxes and y'all paying the bare minimum, and y'all have more money than them. And that's people don't know. Biden actually low-key is trying to make the richer pay their part as civilians here. Like, no, y'all deserve a higher tax too, not them. Like,
with that being said there too, about the people who are choosing that don't know nothing. We talked about the people who would not choose because they don't know, but the people who are choosing and they don't know nothing, like Little Pimp. Or Little Pump.
Yo, man's really called this man up and said Little Pimp. I said, who's Little Pimp?
Yo,
Who's that?
That had me dying laughing.
Oh, the whole clip had me
So
weak.
it had a Instagram clip where they kept replaying it, and it was like, "Don't you love his music?" And you got to see the people in the background, like, "Who is that?" Like,
Oh yeah, he did ask. Don't y'all know, man? Some people was like, you can hear more no's than yeses. I'm like, see, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing for Lil Pump too, because it's just like, bro, this the man you at his rally and they don't know who you are.
it make you look like a straight clown.
It does.
Straight clown.
And some rappers are actually cool with being a clown. It's just like, bro, how? Because John Legend spoke out at the Democrat. He spoke out. He said, "Yep, my fellow colleagues are out there looking like clowns, and you know what? That's on them."
The facts.
Because, like you said, because clearly they don't know. And I'm like, let them know, John, because you let them know, like, for real. Because it's just like he did all that before he performed, and he had no problem.
Y'all know what y'all have to do to get a soft-spoken man like John Legend to call you a clown?
The very thing you just did, be an idiot. And you know, John used to be, he be chilling to himself. But because he realized actually how serious it is and seeing other colleagues in this industry making those decisions, this kind of to him, it's just like, now I have to say something because I'm in the industry with y'all and y'all really have to be kidding me.
Making it all look bad.
Like, you're making all of us in the industry look bad. He not about to go outside like that. He said, bruh, no. Man. Do you see my skin tone? No. Do you know who I am? No, bruh. Like, no.
So how you feel about Wayne and Ice Cube?
Ice Cube, at first I was kind of like, bro, what are you doing? What are you? But I had to realize when I saw his objective, I said, I get it. But you still have to realize what this man still allowed to happen to people in this country. Correct. I get what Ice is trying to do. I get what Wayne's trying to do. Salute to him. I'm not saying, man, forget them. Because they have an objective. Anybody else who voted for Trump and didn't have a real reason, no, forget them. But them two, I understood what they're trying to do for us. I get it. But at the same time, this is still a person who was still okay with letting our people getting sifted left and right like it was nothing. Or people in general, civilians in general, just die. Like it's nothing to him.
Now, my thing with that is, I get it. He proposed a plan to you. And I believe it's called a platinum plan. Right? And it talked about ownership within our communities. But let's talk about actions. What really has he shown, okay, to say
to our communities? Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
And who's to know, like a businessman, he want to take a percentage of that under the table.
That's it, exactly. Like it's something in there that could backslide, or where it looks like it's good for us, but in the long run,
and it wouldn't be Ice Cube's fault because he may not know. It wouldn't be his fault because on his end he's trying to help, and I get that. But it's just like you're asking the wrong person to help us. Like, that's not the right person.
It's like running away from the plantation and running back to ask the master for help.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
So
literally, because now that's kind of the playing field we in right now, and that's the part that sucks. And people like, this is not reality. Oh no, it's like a reality show because it's been a joke the whole time. But this is really our reality right now, and it's slapping us in the face. And it's just like, even I remember my dad said earlier in his when he got in the office, a lady had Obamacare, and she voted for him, and you know what happened with Obamacare, and she's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, well, really, you know. Now you got to sit there and figure it out, huh? Like, and it's just like stuff like that. It's kind of like,
and he had the audacity to say, "I've had something that comes in and overtakes Obamacare, is better than Obamacare."
And what is it?
So
what is it?
It's not even what is it, but when you proposed it, so what you saying is like plagiarism, bro. Like, it's the same thing. So what you want to take his
he
work.
wanted to basically put his name on something that wasn't even his. I'm like, bro, if you a businessman, make your own stuff like you did. Oh, but because it failed, you can't do that. That's why you had to take somebody else's stuff and make your own name. And this is who
we deal with
and what we have dealt with. So
y'all worry about Kanye getting in there.
Y'all worry about the wrong person, okay? Kanye may have
that was a narcissist by himself.
Yeah, man. Look, he may have had his little episode we've been all concerned about, Mr. Kanye. him and his mental. But if it was up to me, I would rather it be. If he was an option, I'm not gonna hold you. I might have picked that because at least he would have tried.
I don't know about giving that man too much power.
Yeah,
though, you know what I'm saying?
No one man could have all that power, literally, because that man could not have all that.
He said it himself.
Even Kim didn't even vote for her own husband. That I'm telling you, Kim voted for Biden, not her own husband. I wonder that's an awkward situation in that house because even Kim knew it's like, bruh, I think that it wasn't to be even petty. She's just like, bruh, I know you want to do this and I support you. But this ain't for you, baby. This not for you. And and even Kim already knew, like, I'm not going to put this country in your hands, sir.
So it was a meme, right? And they used the SpongeBob.
Oh, God.
And
I am head out.
The two fish. They had two fish standing outside the Krusty Krab looking in the window, and SpongeBob was wiping the table down. And the caption said, so who's going to tell him he didn't win?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, the internet is too quick. Too quick.
On point.
But on point. But too quick, man. Enough about the election. We're going to move on to the music industry because we already know. Hey. My next one is, I don't know why this came to my mind, but I really want to, like, sometimes know. Out of all sex has always been the driving force since, I would even say probably back to the 70s of music, but more so in the hip-hop community. 80s, 90s, 2000s. But for the past, like, 2-3 years, I have noticed it's been, like, over-sexualized lately for some reason in music. Because, you know, we got the Biggie, we got the Little Kim, the Foxy Brown. We had, you know, we had them, you know, which they still talked about it, but they did it in a more conservative way. True. They still talked about it. True. But it's like now it just seems like it's really over-sexualized. Like, what do you think has caused that? It's like the change of the generation, the times, the media, like.
Well, I'd say Kim would be the turning point for that. Like, Kim was the one who was straight out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
like,
right.
Nasty with it. Like, but,
and Trina.
Boom.
Trina, too.
Boom.
Yeah.
Now, the thing I got to say is, like, hip-hop is not a female's game, hands down.
It's not.
No, right now it is. Like, the top rappers
are females.
Cardi B,
Megan.
Mulatto. Megan.
Oh, yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your top rappers right now.
Doja Cat. City Girls.
Boom.
Yep.
So that's what the industry is pushing on them. Sexualized.
Now that we got more women to use that.
Boom.
Boom.
And we have artists like Saweetie and Megan who are college grads. You know what I'm saying? Even college students who have so much more
Nikki too.
intelligence.
She got like Kulati or something like that. She got a one too.
She came from under not even that. Even back in the day, Nikki was, you know what I mean, in School of Performing Arts. Like, as far as like her background, Nikki is like had a similar like situation to Pac. Like when he started off, like. Pac was in School of Performing Arts. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that Nicki and Pac is alike. I'm not comparing the two.
Whoa, absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Had to clear it up before somebody grabbed that. But the upbringing or the background is similar. But I feel like that's what the industry has been pushing because it sells. It sells in it's not just even in music, it sells in entertainment.
I think it's because it just sells easily. It's just easy money. Like literally like when you strip or when you do OnlyFans, it's easy money. Now not everybody use OnlyFans for that. Let's clear that up too. Not everybody uses OnlyFans for that. But at the same time it's like that's why it bothers me. It's like now y'all are putting absolutely no effort to even find something different in the industry. Y'all are not putting no effort to it makes it even sadder as a woman because it's just like looking at them. It's like y'all are okay with them degrading y'all. Y'all are okay with them allowing you guys to degrade yourselves. It is just like it's not me judging them. Look, them women have made it. They're all beautiful. They're doing their thing. Some have better bars than others, but it's not coming from no hate because we're all queens in this industry. No matter if you're unsigned, independent, underground, mainstream, we're all still doing music together. Right. And that's another part I feel like the industry messed up. We got so many different splits of categories of status quo. Why? If we're all doing music, why? Yeah. Like it shouldn't feel like that because why can't all of us be in the mainstream light? Just because we don't have a label or the budget, or that doesn't mean that we're less of an artist.
is another thing. Like, it's what the industry want to push.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's exactly what the industry want to push. We don't have artists like Tink.
And Tink, Tokyo Jets, Tink. Even now, Dreezy low key getting days low.
Back in the day, Dreezy was just killing shit.
Women who had substance, bruh,
Right.
are just no longer in the picture because Rhapsody kind of got more little than them.
Right.
Tierra Whack too kind of like out there. But a lot of them kind of not being shelved per se, but like they're kind of being pushed out because they don't talk about that, and it's just like, what is wrong with them not talking about sex? So what? Like,
you know
Janae Aiko gets away with it.
It's boring
To them. But the rest of us females who actually want to hear something new for once, it's not boring. Like, even Tink, and you ever heard of the little snippet on YouTube called Rules to This?
No, I had to check
Rules
that
to
out.
This-ish.
So
it's like this thing where it was like, it's kind of like, it's short segments. And wish they kept it going. I don't know how many episodes they have. I wish they kept it going because they was really people, artists, producers, and all that who in the industry who was telling, like, even as a woman, like what they try to get you to do. And Tink even said, I was not about to change nothing of myself. And that's probably why I'm not maybe where I'm supposed to be as an artist, because I know I'm good, but I wasn't going to get my boobs. And yeah, I'm a little skinny, but I wasn't going to get my boobs. I wasn't about to sit here and do none of that. I may wear my wigs, but I'm not about to do that because she said it didn't feel like me. And I remember a friend of mine, even I know Queen Naja's not a rapper, but like beautiful voice, very beautiful person. But it just shows like it was a video showing how she even in her earlier part of her career, it was a video showing like she could tell like something was off. It was something evil there, and she could just tell. But now it's like all that just went out the window, and it's just so sad seeing women who have such great potential even start off having pure spirits, and it just gets sucked out because the industry sees boobs and butt. Oh yeah, we can take this and run. I'm like, that's why they want a problem with me. I'm gonna be like, look. No, and no. We want you to wear a wig. Oh.
But we see what happens when you try to become independent.
Yeah, they kind of try to shelve you.
Once the industry gets a hold of you, and then you try to make your way into becoming independent, and if you do, because they make it so difficult, especially when they can make money off of you. Not off of the situation of Tory and Meg, right? Now, I don't have no sides in this. Whatever is,
at this point,
I'll leave that to the court of law.
I'm tired.
My theory on it, I have tried to sit there and dissect and look at a lot of things. In this one situation, I understand that Tory was about to expose Interscope Records after he got all of his masters back. Now, after getting all of his masters back, he was also, I believe, had some business with Roc Nation. If you remember, Meg got out of 1501, her record label in Houston, because of Roc Nation, and now is a Roc Nation managed artist. If you pay attention to every single person who has attacked Tory, they have Roc Nation affiliations.
I didn't know that.
Right? Whether you're a sports artist that's managed by them, or whether you're a sports athlete that's managed by them.
A sports artist. That's kind of cool. Shoot, that's lit. You do music and you do sports.
Damian Lillard, shout out Damian Lillard.
Okay. But, yeah, there is one that's doing that.
Boom.
Okay.
So you have the athletes and you have the artists, right? And a lot of them are attacking them. Now, from out of nowhere sometimes.
It's a loyalty thing, I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I could get it, but I feel like they really were trying to down this man. So people had a problem when he said what he said with an album. Y'all got to remember, this man still got to make back, and he got his masters back and everything.
He got to get that money back because he had to pay for his masters. They going to make you pay for your masters. Unless you already own your music, they going to make you pay for your masters.
Boom. So understand, it's a dirty game.
It's horrible. It's really grimy. Like it makes me understand why Young and May is doing her own thing, and Chance. It's just like, because it's just like you can be independent, but see, she don't have no label. She's just by herself. She may have distribution somewhere, but it's just strictly her.
And that is probably the top female rapper for me. Like,
honestly, I mean, she's gay, so you really can't really, you can't really totally. No, for real, you can't totally sexualize.
Right. No.
Stud woman. Like,
no,
you can't.
We get that, but to finally, like, it's refreshing to hear a female spit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it still be like heard, because out of her, you don't hear Tink, you don't hear Tokyo, you don't hear Jeezy. Like, you don't hear none of them. Jeezy was, last time I saw Jeezy was on the little remix, the little box remix thing, whatever it was called.
Right.
With Dream Doll and all them. And Dream Doll switch up her sound too. I high five to the sis, because at first I was a little concerned. But her music now, man, sis is spitting out some bullets. And her tone.
Shout out to the New York drill scene for helping her out with that, because all of the songs that I heard that's been fire to me
is drill.
They had that New York drill type sound behind it, and her flow is matching perfect with that.
Yeah, she had to change. She had to change her. She had to change her tone of her voice too. Because at first she had like a little hot. It was kind of annoying. But then when I heard and I heard something else she did.
Lit.
I was like, okay, Dream Doll came back and the first time was when she was on the little remix. When I heard her little bars in the remix, I said, oh, wait a minute, she said same doll, who's this? I said, okay. Then she did and I'm like, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know what is, but I was like,
Bobby Smurda brought that out for us. Like, so is basically, it's like a New York type thing, or Brooklyn, I should say.
Okay.
So, I was at the store, whatever. I met like.
Oh, it's almost like saying like yeah, or like okay, got you. I like that. Okay, no, for real. I'm from Maryland. I don't know nothing, but like, but I like that though, because like I said, it's like that song. She don't talk about too much about her,
Right.
And I like that even though another song she did was more so about like a story, and I like that Dream Doll's going that direction, because it really is bringing out herself.
She's definitely versatile.
And she's outside of the plastic. She's very pretty. Yeah. Like, she's a very pretty person, and I'm really glad that she's bringing out herself and bringing out that she's from New York, right?
Right. Yeah.
She's bringing out that New York
from the Bronx,
like street, and I like that, because I don't talk about too much of her, and that's why that song I can actually get with.
It's right. So like I felt like females could vibe with it. And it's a song where dudes could, you know what I'm saying, bob their heads.
Fabio's, he's in it. I like him, to be honest. I like him. That was a perfect collab.
Yeah.
It really was. Just like how, speaking of collabs, that's a good one. Top collabs to me this year was her and Fabio, Future and Lil Uzi. I don't care what nobody says, but they did that. That was so
Pluto and Baby Pluto.
Oh my God, that was so perfect, because it's like they both use auto-tune. Yep. They both their tones are. I said now this needs to get a nomination. This deserves something.
What I respect about Uzi, right? Eternal to Take. I don't know if anybody peeped it. Uzi probably took all the hot artists in the game at that time, all their flows, and murdered them with their own shit.
Wow. I didn't really hear the football. I heard like one or two songs.
I heard Herbo.
I didn't even. Wow.
I heard the Herbo. I heard the Future. I heard hilarious. Thug. I was like, damn.
That's hilarious. But I mean, that's ingenuity. For real. Like, people would say, oh, he's copying. No. That's because he still was Uzi. He still kept it him.
It was still Uzi.
That's like me. People hear my music. They're like, oh, Rihanna. But you can still hear me. You know what I'm saying? Like. Right. But it's almost like paying homage.
Exactly.
Because those probably was his biggest influences when he was growing up.
So who you feel is like, oh, perfect. Who's the biggest influence you say for everybody that's out right now?
People would expect me to probably say Young Thug. Lies.
even him, I feel like the person is some above him that did that for him.
Don't answer yet. Shh. Ooh, I'm trying to see all the rappers in my head right now. To be honest, I honestly feel like, and people probably get thrown off by this, I honestly feel like Future low-key.
Think so?
In my opinion. Future low-key. People say, oh, Young Thug. I'm like, Young Thug kind of, that was the gun. I feel like Future low-key, because if it wasn't for Future, people like Uzi London wouldn't have been using the auto-tune like they're using it. Or maybe even take it back a little bit, T-Pain, a little bit. When it comes to rapping, because you know T-Pain can rap too. Oh yeah. The auto-tune situation, I feel like low-key in some cases it was Future with more so with the tone of voice when it comes to recording. Doug more so with that little whatever weird flow that is.
So
maybe even Migos. I don't know who would be the top one. I don't know.
Wayne.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I forgot about him.
Wayne.
No, Wayne for sure. Not for sure.
Wayne was the first one to come in, rip with the auto-tune, and he switched his whole style up, and we tried to figure out where the fuck was he going.
Because he went from rock to pop to a lot of he mixed, but that's what I loved about him.
Right.
That's that lever stuff. We can find a way to flip and bend something.
Let me go this avenue. Let me go here. I'm a conquer here.
And that's why what we were talking about earlier, how listen to yourself helps. It does. It's not conceit. That's why when I said if it's not beats, my music or gospel, I low-key don't want to hear it at this point. Because it's just like me, like I'm not there yet. And that's why Wayne did that, because he was like, I'm trying to get myself to a point where I can't have the time to listen to everybody else.
Right.
Because when you focus on you literally got to focus on you as an artist. Even if it boils down to listen to your own music. That don't mean like you that conceited. No. Sometimes you don't want the other influences. Sometimes you just want to hone in and see how you can make yourself better. And honestly, I feel like if Wayne didn't do that, Wayne wouldn't have been Wayne for real, because he was able to hear himself and hear where he could take himself, how he can bend it and change the game. And and you're right. I would say he is the artist that has been the driving force behind a lot of these rappers. Just like how they
you can ask them. You can ask them. Even in a beef, right? And I sometimes I think that it's Thug being petty sometimes, but Thug will tell you my favorite artist is Wayne. You know what I'm saying? They got their situation or whatever, but he'll let you know my favorite artist was Wayne. Y'all remember? He's
a humble person. He's a humble person.
I think so, but I think that he be sneaky sometimes.
Oh, of course. That's all of them, though. That's a lot of them. That's nothing new.
He don't let shit be known on interviews because he still got to carry it out in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, he got to be young thug. Like, he got to literally thug it out.
You ask him about Wife and Lucci, he'll tell you he fuck with him. Yeah. But we know the truth. You know?
Yeah. Right, and I honestly, I don't like how rappers be. I'm like, man, if I like your music, man, your stuff is cranking. I don't care. Like, even if somebody diss me, man, that diss was a cranking diss. And thank you, because now you made more attention to me. Like, for real, you took the time.
That's why I like that Meek too.
What you mean?
When he said it about Drake.
Oh, Meek?
He said,
I think that was fake.
I thought it was a hot song. I definitely thought it was. He said he agreed to it.
Which one? The back-to-back jump?
Back-to-back. He said it was a hot song. He just didn't feel like it killed him.
Yeah, I mean that's like MGK and Eminem.
Yeah,
MGK. No, that jump was like that, but it couldn't.
It couldn't kill him.
Couldn't kill him. Not even did it. And couldn't kill Eminem.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. I was on the side. Like, trust me. I've been listening to Eminem for the longest, right? But at that point, I was like, yo,
you gotta tip your hat off.
MGK,
because was nobody
willing to
do but MGK was willing to do that. And I was mad because I heard MGK's first, then Eminem. But I was like, actually, I think I heard Eminem's first, then MGK.
Yeah.
I don't remember which order it was, but I heard one of them first. But when I heard both of them, I was like, well, I'm not gonna hold you. At least MGK didn't just slum it.
He held his own.
He didn't slum it. But MGK is always, but he's very versatile. He's very talented. But after I heard Wild Boy, I also know this man can rap. I don't care what nobody says. Next to Eminem, he's the next little white one that can rap. Got it. Like MGK, because he can play guitar, he plays piano, he can sing, he can rap.
That's a fact.
But out of everybody in the industry, that one was a bold one. He was the only bold one next to Nick Cannon. But Nick, I don't know what. I said, Nick, you're not a rapper. Sit down.
Oh, man.
Sit down.
So,
sit down.
What's funny is...
What was that? But what even started, bruh?
The Mariah Carey situation.
Oh, my God.
So, Nick been trying to go at M for the longest because of Mariah. And I think that he said it in a Vlad interview one time. He said when the situation happened, the first person to call him up to back him up was Gucci.
Kill.
Gucci said, so... yeah, what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying?
Crap. Right.
But he said, nah, let's keep it on wax. So that's how end up obsessed. Why are you so obsessed? And Gucci was on the track.
that's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but it was just funny that Nick really, the only one I had respect for was MGK. Because Nick, you're not a rapper. Sit down. What are you doing?
you didn't even have a punchline I could remember.
Bro, you had people from Wild 'N Out back up. Sit down. If you want to come at Eminem, you gotta come at like MGK did. Only MGK came at him, not nobody else. MGK did. If you're gonna come for anyone like Lil Wayne or Eminem, you by yourself have to come if you're gonna make that decision.
I felt like he set up those careers to be crushed. If
bro, like come on now.
Even replied like,
M would have been like, "Are you serious?" M would have gave like his slightest effort and still would have crushed all of them.
All they would have been, it had just been wilding out in TV appearances for them after that.
Yeah, and
those are good artists. Hitman Holla, Charlie Clips, no, Conceited.
They actually are really good. So it wasn't like he came empty-handed, but it's just like you. Are you serious? You're gonna ask your cast members?
You can't.
But I feel bad for Nick though. I feel bad because he lost.
Now.
Yeah, it's just like that ain't right, man. Like. Because he spoke out on something that is true, Viacom decided to think that, oh no, you gotta stop, because it's white man's money,
right? And
it's a white man's syndication.
Yeah.
But like Nick said, well, since we had a contract, y'all gotta run all that back then. Mm-hmm. But it sucks because it's like now the show. I don't even know what's gonna happen with the show, because it's like I saw a rumor that Ryan Seacrest is gonna be.
Oh no.
I said, okay, just cancel it.
Oh no.
I said, now just cancel the show. Just don't even just do reruns and just call it a day. Like just cancel the show.
The music is gonna change.
Bro, everything of that show is gonna change. And I know all the cast members are like, bro, we don't even want to go on stage. Like this is a joke. Like they're probably not even gonna do it because of that.
I respected DC Young Fly for saying I think somebody had proposed it. I think it was Charlamagne the God. It was like, what if they offer you the host position?
And he probably said no.
He said, hell no. He said, if it don't come from Nick, I don't want it.
That's humble.
His stuff. You know what I'm saying? Humble. I didn't get hired by NBC. I got hired by Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? So I respected him so much more after hearing that.
Yeah, DC goofy, but he's a good man.
Real dude.
He's real because, like he said, if it wasn't for Nick, none of them would have been on there.
That's a fact.
Like and they had been on there. I didn't even realize how old Wild 'N Out was. Like I saw the old guy. I was like, dang, it has really grown so much. I didn't even know that.
Gave so many people a platform
and so many people jobs at that.
Think about all of the Instagram stars. Mm-hmm. All those Vine people that we see,
YouTube and all that. If it wasn't for Nick, they would still be on the probably just now getting on,
right? But
it would have still been a slow growth for them. And sometimes and even in auditions, some people were just like coming from the street. They wasn't on like Instagram or nothing like that.
Right. That's a fact. It's a fact.
And it's just like wow. Like when I heard about that, I said, "Dang!" All because he spoke out on something that needed to be spoken out on.
Nick, you guys start another one, man. Forget it. If they want to take it from you,
you gotta start. Look, what happened to Incredible Studios? Isn't there someone Nickelodeon, something like that he did or something?
It's Incredible Studios, but I think that they have a partnership with somebody else. So that's the other thing. Like people watch what you do when you do business.
When you partner, not every partner is a good partner. Like really, it's not. It's sometimes it's beyond reading your contract. It's also you gotta watch people. You gotta watch how they are. You gotta really. In the entertainment industry, I think the biggest word is just being attentive. You gotta be vigilant because every partnership is not a good partnership because you could partner with the wrong person, and if you want to break away, you can't.
And my thing is like, for all them years, okay, you had a problem with a comment, but for all them years, you gotta remember, Nick was on TV since like 17 years old. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The Nick Cannon Show back in the day on Nickelodeon, we grew up off of that.
Drumline, all that, man. He's been around, and he's been in a few of the movies too. All that his face has been there for a while, and it's just like I do want to see Nick to bring him back, but he got to do it on his own. Right? He got money, he can do it, but he's got to break those legs, those branches off. He got to pluck them weeds, like for real, because I don't want him. I don't want him to just give that Wild 'N Out because that also saved people's lives.
That became part of the culture, man.
It did, and it saved people's lives because it probably was a good comedy comedy relief for people who's depressed and
Hell
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Hell
It also helped people. Like, I remember seeing a clip of them all praying together, man. He even led them in prayer every single show.
Yeah.
Because he even announced, he was like, bro, this is not my show. I have the vision, but this is God powered, man. That's why he said every show we pray, because it ain't me. And to see that happen, it's just like, I'm like, no, God got him. Because he did the right thing. It took an L because he lost that position. But God got him with that one, because it's like, bruh, he spoke out on what needed to be spoken out on. And till this day, they are still walking free.
I got a feeling who's going to help him out, and it's the same people who he helped out. I think that it's going to come down to
85 South should going like do they gonna do something.
There you go.
They have to.
I feel that they are the ones that's going to.
But that will be a good partnership. Wild and Out 85 should come together, because that's Carlos. That's still his people.
Oh yeah.
And they wouldn't have no problem with that, because it's black owned.
Not at all.
That would be a good partnership for him, because that will keep Wild and Out. That will keep people's jobs. And
we gotta pray for them after that. They gonna be on their ass.
What you mean?
The powers that be.
What you mean?
After, if they get that going together and it blows up.
I see what you're saying. No, they gonna be good. They gonna be good. I think that they need to work that out, and they have to work it out ASAP, because then while now will be different, because now it's traveling. Like how if they be traveling, that would be like they can do pop ups, like that would make it even more like special.
It was lit. I think they did have it like, what was it, 2 seasons ago when they had Wild 'N Out Live, when they went and traveled around. They didn't do they had originally they started in LA, I believe, right? And then they moved to
I didn't
New
even know
York.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was New York only first.
No, they was in LA 1st. Then they moved to New York.
Okay.
I don't remember if they did go to Atlanta. I don't know.
They did, because I remember they had like a studio at one point there. Or they traveled there, because I remember DC was like, you in my city. Making a joke. Yeah, so they did travel, and it's just like, man, I was like, Nick, partner with him. Just do it.
We praying for you, Nick. We praying for you.
We praying for you, bro. Hang it in there, man. You did the right thing.
Let me know something. I got $5 on it, you know.
I got, man, what is 5?
Hey, it's something.
Hey, you right. And he would take it. He'd be like, man, appreciate it, bro. But he says his little radio podcast. I think he's still doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, was it Big Cannon or something like that?
Something like that.
I think something. Like
he gotta bring all his pieces together and partner with them and just go with it, because while now I feel like save people with jobs, but even save people's lives, like just a good laugh. Man, that show was a good. They are all retarded. Like all of them are certified retarded, because there is no way that you can be this funny for an hour. Like, bruh. No way. Even I forgot his name, the white guy.
Which one? The one with the
one who
that talk like he tone deaf?
No. The white guy who really had bars, like the tall one who like a little anteater. No offense to him, but like the one who I'm sorry, that's all I could think.
Him and Justina was always going at it.
I think so. Yeah.
I think I know.
He was kind of a little off beat, but was on beat. Seemed to be had bars, and he did like a little impression of DC. I swear. That was the best impression of DC I've ever seen, especially coming from a white man. Your man's had me weak. I said, there's no way he got this down to a T. Like, and they both tall and lanky, so it really worked. I said, bro, there is no way y'all are this funny for a whole hour, bro. Like, how? Like, how much weed and what type of weed did you smoke? I want to know. Oh, I asked for a friend.
He probably hit the trees with DC. That's probably what it was.
I'm not. You couldn't tell. You never noticed he was high or something like that.
Right.
Either way, there is no way y'all are this funny for an hour. Like for real. Like sometimes I would turn on 85 South Show or like Wild 'N Out clips just to laugh, bro. Like because or like watch like the compilations of certain ones,
right?
Like because I was like, bro, how are you this funny for this long, bro? How?
Now the thing that amazes me 85 South Show is they don't have no script.
None. It's all improv.
And it's so hilarious.
Carlos and these just smoke weed and Chico being just funny, and it's just like y'all are really this is y'all. This is your life. Okay. Hey, y'all just crack jokes all day. Like bruh, I love the 85 South Show. They come to DC one time. They did.
They did.
They went to pretty much almost every
Chico from here.
Exactly. They went to all of their cities. So they went to Mississippi for Carlos. They went to Atlanta for they did. They did. And I'm like, bro, and it literally is straight improv. While now it's improv too.
Yeah,
for the most
part. That was more so set. But
it's structured improv.
Right. To see somebody just get
hop on stage and immediately, man, look at them. Look at them.
Hey.
Look at they said the mutated son. It was 3 girls. And they had different like
the Teenage Mutant Turtles. Hey, bruh.
Oh no, they said the X-Men. It was I was like, oh, here we go. As soon as they hop on stage, they immediately go at somebody. I said, bruh, here we go. Immediately, like they'll go on the cameraman. Oh my God, like how do you hop on stage and immediately got a joke? Immediately. How? Like
that's greatness. That's greatness. That's when God bless you with something. And
you gotta use it.
And you never look
That's
back.
why I love Steve Harvey. I be watching his little speaking things, and he be like, bruh, I knew I had to get me people laugh. I just had to figure out how I'm gonna do it, you know?
Correct.
Like, cause he said at first, I was just writing jokes to somebody else. I didn't even tell jokes. And you know, all cause you know you have your teachers or like your haters tell you, you're not gonna do that. And he said the same teacher that told me I could not be funny, because he used to stutter too. He said, people even know that. Steve Harvey used to have a stuttering problem. It was kind of bad. And you hear him now, you would never know. And he said the very teacher that told me I couldn't do it, I buy her a TV every Christmas so she can watch me. I said, ooh, flex. That's a flex.
That's a big flex.
But it's a humble flex. It's to let you know, like, remember I'm the one you said I couldn't do it.
Now watch me.
She said I buy her a TV every year for Christmas. I said, ooh, okay. All right. But one
after
thing,
the point, that's a blessing to me now. Like, you flexed on me, but now I'm just expecting a new 60-inch coming in the mail.
Shoot, for I ain't gotta pay for it.
Hey, you hear me?
She like, shit, I get a 60-inch every year for my baby. It's okay.
Hey, Steve, bring me the curve this time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He gonna do it because wow, you get to watch me on the Curve TV. Shoot, you probably get it placed up just for her, get it mounted and everything, installed and everything.
I want to flex like that on somebody. I swear to God.
But the thing is, I don't even. On top of my head, I don't think I had. You know, these background haters. You know, so you don't even know. Like I remember,
you would have people tell you that. Oh yeah, this, that, and the third, but behind you, be straight like.
Man, I had somebody tell me this is where I know God was testing me. It was funny. I laughed. Somebody had nerve to tell me, it just seems like you're doing this for the clout and fame. And I had time that day. I didn't answer everybody. And then the pages who backed me up when I put my music on their little page to repost and stuff like that, they said we see a lot, we see positivity, we see negativity too. They was like, you're not about to like do this to this girl. She's talented. You're not about to. I said, trust me, I appreciate y'all, but I'm laughing right now. Okay, I'm laughing at you because why you still follow me? So I'm asleep. What are you saying? Because you're still following me. I'm confused.
I think people live for shit like that. Like there's certain people that.
But
live
this is why I say the media. Especially social media, social media is more toxic than the news, in my opinion. But this is why I feel like the media needs to be brought in a better light. Because how do you get off from antagonizing somebody, but yet you're still following me? That's why when that happens for me, I'm going to laugh because I'm like, but yet you have all this time to comment and make these nasty comments. Clearly, I'm really interesting so you look dumb, not me. You're looking real dumb because they said like it just seems like you're doing for the clout and fame. I told them, I said, if you knew the story and the sacrifices and what I went through and the losses I took, this is not for clout and fame. Because if it was, man,
I was just about to say,
I would have been doing the quick and easy way to get there. Like, come on now. I laughed though. It didn't make me mad at all. I just laughed it off. I said my response to them and kept it pushing because I still saw follow.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? What, huh? Hello?
They still watching.
I had a video that had all these comments in that one trash can. I said, I don't care. Thank you. Because you still watched it, idiot. Like
we get it was a situation when we were doing a DJ thing. And it was a comment. Everybody had their mask on in this video. This is what Corona had came out, right? Somebody had came on and said, y'all doing this during the pandemic. Mind you, it was only me, Q, and another DJ.
Wow.
And we were in the backyard, literally. And the comment was like, wow, y'all doing this during a pandemic? I'm so disgusted with my people. And they just happen to be Guyanese. But as I watched, they watch every video.
Okay. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They follow the page. They subscribe to the page.
And I bet your
You know
job
what
is
I'm
open.
saying?
You're going to your job with your mask on next.
Well,
Like,
so don't be too offended by the hate. It's just
it's
love.
no point.
It's love for
it's,
real.
It is. In a way, it's love. It's just slighted.
Yeah.
You know, it's just very shaded.
It is.
But in a way, it's love because they took the time to drop a comment and say something negative.
Because if you have time and you reply, trust me, you'll understand.
Then you must love me to be doing this right now. Because if you did not like me or did not care, you would have swiped by. You would have been like, Because if you don't like somebody, you don't like somebody. What is you watching for? You don't like them.
That's a fact.
No, you love me because you see me do something that you can't do. And it sucks because that's what social media feeds off of. It like really nabs at negativity. And it's just
true.
like,
It's true.
Bruh, like.
You see it all the time when you've seen certain videos when somebody might make a funny video or something like, oh, wow, y'all doing this for clout, or wow, I can't believe y'all get views off of this.
And you never know if that somebody's doing it because they're suffering from depression and doing it for somebody else who's probably out there suffering from depression, not trying to kill themselves. So they're trying to put an outlet out there to let somebody else who probably suffers from the same condition they do laugh at something. Like, you never know. Like, when they was coming from Chadwick, I say, see, now look. Now how dumb do every last one of y'all who was coming at this man talking about how he looks skinny, what's wrong with him. Wow.
I always thought something was wrong. Like, I
honestly didn't even see I didn't see the pictures of him until after he passed. I didn't know.
I seen certain interviews that he would do, like, after, like, even when he was at the All-Star game in Chicago.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't watch it.
So he was helping out Victor Oladipo with the Black Panther mask, and you could see in his mannerisms, like, he didn't even get up for real to stand up until Victor Oladipo came, and he was just in the chair, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could see in his face, like, it was something off about him, but you know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to.
And that's a prime example.
At the time, I was like, maybe it's a movie role. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, that's the prime example. Like, you can't be bashing people because you really never know.
Right,
like, you.
Right.
People sitting there talking about, but Holty, this man is dying in y'all face, and y'all didn't even know that.
Don't know it.
And it's just like, I kind of started feeling like, not bad, but like I started feeling it because I'm like, I remember seeing a clip of him doing an interview, and I think it was like a little like premiere of Black Panther, and the interview had asked him, so yeah, what about Black Panther 2? Like, what can we hear about that? And he literally said, I'm dead. And she was like, no, well, we don't want the Black Panther to die, because she's thinking like he's probably saying like in the movie he was trying to say without trying to say he's dying, because he had that cancer for a minute, and she was like no, I'm serious, I'm dead. And I was like, wow.
I think he might have had probably just enough of it that day, and when that came, that's the best way he knew how to reply to it. Without
trying to, like...
You know what I'm saying?
You know. And it's just sad seeing so many little boys just broken, man. It's just like, that's the impact you want to have.
We get a black superhero. We get a pinnacle superhero, and it's just...
And he did that, and he did his thing. But I didn't realize I knew he did James Brown. I knew he did Jackie Robinson.
That was my movie.
And I knew he did Black Panther, but I didn't know he played Thurgood Marshall. I didn't know he did... Jackie Robinson, and then he had Bridges. I didn't know he was in that many videos, like movies.
Man.
And it's like, wow, when you have and then he did his did a speech for the graduate. Was it Harvard? I can't remember.
I think it was Howard.
Howard. I'm sorry, not Harvard. Howard. Yeah. And it's just like, wow, and I want to go back to listen to that too, because I really feel like that thing was inspiring. Because it even mentioned like when you have a purpose and a calling, when God has it, it's that's your assignment.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow. And his assignment was to be that inspiration to black boys. I think that was just his assignment, but also showing the strength of a real hero. And he really, and that's the crazy part of him about being an actual hero. It was him being a hero on set, but also being a hero outside that, because he fought.
Yeah.
And that's what a hero's supposed to do. And he fought hard. And I think he had that thing for like 4 years. I think he had that cancer like for a few years.
Don't remember how many years, but
it was a few years.
It was a while.
And apparently, even his castmates didn't even know.
The sad part about it, about his brother is in it. His brother had cancer too, and he's in remission.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kevin Bozeman had it too.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm over here thinking like, what is like like wow, like I didn't know that, and it's just like you really never know, and it's sad because I didn't even know his castmates didn't know, like. I'm like, the directors didn't know, like, this man, because when you on set doing those things, you do get bruised up. Yeah, you do get banged up. Because I remember one woman, she was 3 months pregnant. No one knew. And she over there on set getting banged up. And she, whole tea, she's pregnant. like, I won't be thinking to myself, like, yo, how y'all doing this? I couldn't do it.
That his circle was able to keep that undercovers for so long, it just shows to the loyalty to him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was tough, and I know it's probably tough for them even after it happening to know that they had that, you know what I'm saying, in their own circle, and they had to deal with it within their own self, and now that he's gone, and now they got to deal with all the questions afterwards. Well, how come, how long, and what was been going on? Like, yo.
You know, on top of why didn't they say nothing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just don't. Because you don't want anybody to be. Because, you know, sometimes when you tell people something, they be extra delicate. They be kind of like weird. And he didn't want that because, like he said, like even Just Larry said, he didn't want sympathy. Mm-hmm. He didn't. Mm-hmm. He just want people to see him as what they saw him as. And that was it. And knowing that he did his purpose, it went peacefully out. That was it.
True king.
True king. So, open discussion about everything in life, as you can see. And forget the haters, because they motivate you. So, just flex on them. And, you know, everybody just please stay safe. Not even just the virus situation. Just, if you live in the D.C. area, please stay safe.
Yep.
I don't want to say, oh, don't go out, because you're grown. Everybody grown. But please, especially anybody who is colored or melanated, I don't even say colored no more. Melanated. Please be safe. We don't know how this is going to happen. We don't know at all. I don't even know where the numbers are right now. I don't even care anymore.
And no matter what happens, just live for each other. And
continue to focus. Don't let it distract you. Because this whole ballpark game of distractions, please. But more importantly, please be safe for the rest of this week. Who even knows, maybe next 2 weeks. Just please watch your backs. Please be safe out there, guys. For real. And keep your head straight. Don't be afraid. Don't walk in fear. Keep focusing on you and your dreams. Keep going. And keep your head up. Everybody, keep your crowns on. Keep your head straight. But more importantly, please just stay safe out there, guys. All right? So we'll see y'all next week for the next episode of High Definition Jamz Podcast Show. That was the show. Had to have a little discussion. Talk about everything in life. And shout out to everybody who has voted. You are a citizen. And good job for those who first year voted. Congratulations, you voted. And let's just all continue to stay in prayer. I'm telling you. And stay in the house.
Woosah.
Now, woosah. Don't panic, please. And please do not join the foolishness. Don't be an idiot. Don't be ignorant.
All right, people. We gonna be all right.
Like Kendrick said, and even Ty Tribbett said, we gonna be all right. We are. All right. So we're going to see y'all next week. Tune in every Wednesday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We went over this time because, like I said, it was discussion. Did things differently. Right here on Post Connection Radio. We'll see y'all next week. And we out.
Peace.